Big news coming out about Pornhub. They're screwed. So 9 million videos of unverified content were pulled from their website as of today. This is a response to what I'm going to talk about in a little bit about credit card processing and the pressure that's being mounted upon Pornhub, leading them to make some drastic measures, which is going to ultimately make them lose a good chunk of their base of viewers. So they have taken the unprecedented step, according to TechCrunch, removing millions of user-uploaded videos. It arrives in the wake of a New York Times opinion piece that stated the site is infested with rape videos. Now, Pornhub already said that they would be limiting uploads to only verified users, and now, as noted by Motherboard, which is from Vice.com, they've suspended all videos for the site not uploaded by existing partners or members of its model program, as suspended content will be subject to review by Pornhub early next year. So let's go ahead and break down one of the things that definitely put the kibosh on the kind of content that can go up on Pornhub, which is what people really flocked to Pornhub in the first place, because it was just a wild west of content. So here's what actually happened. Mastercard and Visa said that they have now blocked their customers from using the credit cards to make purchases on Pornhub following accusations that the website showed videos of child abuse and rape. This is following an investigation by opinion columnist Nicholas Kristof of the New York Times, alleging that the site depicts revenge pornography and video taken without the consent of participants. Pornhub has denied the allegations. Mastercard originally first was the one that said they wanted to terminate the use of cards after its own investigation confirmed violations of standards prohibiting unlawful conduct on the site. And they said they're also investigating other websites for potential illegal content. Oh boy. If you want to see, a couple of years back when the likes of Backpage and Craigslist dating ads were up and used, well, we're going to see an outcry of that as well. So what happens is people have, the Pornhub doesn't really control or regulate much of what they're doing with who goes in and puts up content. There's no kind of security at all. I can tell you that for a fact. So when you go ahead and see this, they're going to just have to find other ways to go in payment process. Again, not being able to take Visa, MasterCard, there's no credit cards at all. They're going to have to go to a blockchain or something, a Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency type of setup, I guess. That's how they're going to have to be able to do stuff. That's where they're going to go next. That's where Backpage went. And it was interesting that Backpage at the time did go to Bitcoin before they got shut down because they knew they had issues with their payment processing. Now, there have been other payment processors out there that have taken Visa, MasterCard. I remember working, I didn't work necessarily in the adult industry, but I did work on a radio network online early on about the adult industry. And I did get to talk about things like this where we talked about payment processing. We had one that was called CC Bill, which if you go to, some sites, that's still there common today. And they do a lot of processing for a lot of adult sites. And they're secure and it's, encrypted and things like that. So it works out. But Visa, MasterCard, it's a big hit for them. The fact that they were kind of, legitimized by having Visa or MasterCard payments. I don't see where Discover American Express play into this play. I don't think they have them at all. I don't think Discover and American Express would be part of Pornhub. So they're going to have to go to a Bitcoin, type of scenario to kind of continue to go on and take payments. And in the meantime, they'll still have the traffic of their free content. So they're going to have to figure out a way to do that. So Pornhub in a statement called the actions exceptionally disappointing. And 2 days ago, the company announced steps to protect against images of abuse, non-consensual activity, and underage models on the site, including a ban on unverified users uploading material. Pornhub says that, quote, this news is crushing for the hundreds of thousands of models who rely on our platform for their livelihoods. So they have been the place before OnlyFans came into place that really did do a lot when it came to having, a place for adult content and a place for everybody can go for content. It was kind of the Google of porn. It really was. When the thing is, they took on a market not too long ago where Pornhub first came around. They took advantage of a dying market because, USC statute 22, USC code 2250 and 4475. Back about, I want to say 12 years ago. I want to say it was 2000. No, sorry, it was 2006. USC 2250. The lawyers were really contesting that issue because it became where, to find a way to go ahead and protect performers. First of all, they always had the issues of AIDS going back years ago. And there was always issues about that, about the hygiene of the movie sets and things like that. The other thing they always worried about was to make sure the Tracy Lords, because of Tracy Lords being underage and a number of bit of content that she did, that's where USC 2250 and 4475 came into play. Because then it came into the point where there had to be proper documentation, age verification of all performers, especially the females, because they were trying to avoid any underage performers performing on camera, even though you might have them on camera where they not have their face or their likeness shown, but you would see their body on there. And I understood that protection, but again, what they did was, it was basically that the movie studios, these adult studios, which of course they never play with a big budget, they were forced to go ahead and do a lot of work when it came to extra paperwork in triplicate, above and beyond trying to verify all their staff, all their talent, all their production team that had to go and work on the set. So they were being given that paperwork, and somebody had to be designated and paid for to go ahead and do that paperwork. So basically they had an accountant on set to have to be the hall monitor for the adult industry. That's what happened there. And then you had the likes of Pornhub, which just became, okay, we want to have one place where you can go to all the content. And there's one place where people can go ahead and just get content wherever they want and access it. And a lot of people saw, oh, this is a place we could just upload. It's kind of a YouTube. It pretty much is a YouTube for porn, and it's been that. And there are other sites that are ready to go that will be ready to go ahead and come on board and take it. So, I mean, listen, there are other sites out there. YouPorn's out there. There's Spank Bang. There's a whole bunch of other sites that are very similar to Pornhub. Are they going to get attacked as well, or is Pornhub going to be the only one that gets caught up? Diane Hawkins now, Senior VP and Executive Director of the National Center on Sexual Exploitation Center organization, met with Visa and Mastercard earlier this year to ask them to stop processing payments, and they're grateful that both companies will make these significant changes. This is going to take a hit to Pornhub, which had more than 42 billion visits to its website in 2019. Pornhub takes a hit. They take a big punch in the credit card processing. That's going to suck for them. Like I said, be on the lookout. I think they'll go to cryptocurrency very soon. With that, I'll talk to you next time.